Here we are. Chapter 11, Lesson 10, the last lesson for this chapter. Same area, different perimeter. If you would be so kind as to turn in your Go Math books, your Volume 2 books, to page 681. And there we are going to be looking at this. I can use square tiles and grid paper to identify and draw rectangles with the same area and tell which rectangle has a greater perimeter. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint on this. If you know your basic facts for multiplication, this is going to be pretty easy. But even if you don't know them, I'll show you some techniques that will help along the way so that you can feel a little bit more comfortable with this. So here we go. Marcy is making a rectangular pen to hold her rabbits. The area of the pen should be 16 square meters, with the side lengths that are whole numbers. What is the least amount of fencing that she needs? So we look right here, and we're going to use this grid to try to figure out an area of 16. Now, let me first start off by saying, if you know your basic facts, and like I said, I'd already told you that, so let's clear out an area to work here. Sorry, Marcy, but I need this area. So let's go ahead and there we go. That locked in place, and then we can go ahead and draw right in here. So 16 is our magic number. All right, and so what we are going to do is think to ourselves, what two numbers multiply together give us 16? And so these are called factors. All right, so we know that 1 times 16 and 2 times 8, 3 times nothing. There's nothing that will give us 16. And you may be thinking, oh, maybe a decimal or anything like that. Well, it needs to be a whole number. So 3 is not a factor of 16. So we'll go to the next one. 4 times 4. All right. 5 times anything? No. 6 times anything? No. 7 times anything? No. 8 times? Yeah, we have 8 times 2, but we don't need that. We don't need 8 times 2, and we do not need 16 times 1 because we already have them. Okay? We have it right here, and we have it right here. Okay? So, our main factors that we're going to use are right here. Okay? So, let's go ahead and put in the first one. It is a 1 by 16. And, boy, let's get these counted out here. I think this will do it. Let's get zoomed in here so you can really see. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. We got it. All right. So we have a 1 by 16. one right here. And then this whole side right here would be 16. All right. Coming down here then, a 1 times 16 is going to give us 16. Well, how do we find the perimeter? Well, again, in some of the previous lessons, I gave you some formulas that you can use for that, or we can just count it up. All right, here is 16, and then 1, another 16, and 1. So you can add those up and say, all right, here's a 16 plus 16, 1, and a 1. Add those up, and you would end up with 34. Or, using one of the formulas that we discovered to find the perimeter, we can just take the two sides, right? So 1 plus 16, and then we are going to multiply that times 2, or just double it. So 1 plus 16, that's 17, and then double 17, and we would get 34. All right, let's take a look at our next one, a 2 by 8. So we can go with 2 here. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Do we get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. All right. Let's go ahead and move this down out of the way so we have a place to work. So here is our 2 and 8. All right. We know there's going to be 16 in there. To find the perimeter, again, we could add 8 plus 2, 8 plus 2. Or go ahead and use our formula, which we'll talk about down here. So this is a 2 by 8. And we would say 2 plus 8 times 2, or doubled. All right, so 2 plus 8 is 10. Double it, and we get 20. And then our final one was a 4 by 4. So we've got a 4 by 4 right here. 4 right here, and right there. All right, count those up. We would have 16 in there. Okay, and then we could go ahead and take 4 plus 4, 4 plus 4. Some of you may see here that if this is a square, we could do 4 times 4. All right, this 4 here would be what one of the lengths of the side is, and the other 4 would be the fact that there's 4 sides on this square. But we can go ahead and keep this going down here. All right, add the 2 sides, and then double it. So 4 plus 4 is 8. Double that, and we get 16. Okay. So now we are left with, to use the least amount of fencing, Darcy should make a rectangular pen with sides of 4 meters by 4 meters. Okay, so 16 meters is the least amount of fencing. All right, so to recap here, she wanted an area of 16 square meters. And she also wanted to buy the least amount of fencing possible. Okay, and so this right here is going to give us 16 meters. All right, and also give us a 4x4. All right, very good.